Once upon a time, there was a faraway land called Figueria, where all the shapes lived, and there was no ruler, because shapes didn't like being measured.
Several bad puns later.
Anyway, one day, the four most respected shapes, rectangle, square, triangle, and circle, decided to have a fight to see who was strong enough to rule the land. Okay, I can't do this British accent anymore. So what I want you to do, guys, is that I want you to pause this video and type in the comments down below which shape you think will be the strongest. Done it yet? Well, the answer is the triangle. Is it just me, or is it creepy that the triangle won? Nope, it's definitely just me. But, well, how did this happen? Okay, so if you put a heavy object on a square, the square will shift its shape according to the mass because the force doesn't exert to all the sides. But if you put a heavy object on the top of a triangle, the triangle won't change shape, but because the force exerts to all sides and the force will be evenly distributed, making it extremely strong. Okay, now tell me, where have you seen triangles? And don't tell me nowhere because they're practically everywhere. If you look closely at the Eiffel Tower, you'll see it's all made of tiny triangles. Like everywhere. You can even see this bridge is made of triangles. But this bridge in particular is a truss. And what is a truss? Well, a truss is a structure made of triangles. And trusses can endure very heavy loads. Like you can see the roof of this house. Well, that's being supported by a truss. Okay, so here are the different types of trusses. So we have the Baltimore truss, which kind of sounds like the Voldemort truss. Then we have the Bailey truss, the bowstring truss, the camelback truss, the Warren quadrangular or lattice truss, Whipple truss, Parker truss, Pennsylvania, petite truss, poly or lenticular truss, Thatcher truss. Okay, so apparently these are the names for these trusses, and they're pretty weird, so forgive me if I said them wrong. Okay, so here are a few points about the triangle. Number one, the most common shape used for strong structures is a triangle. We explained that. And number two, the most sturdy of the triangles is the equilateral and the isosceles triangle. Well, I'll show you why. Because this is an equilateral triangle, and this is an isosceles triangle. And I think you can see why they would be more stable than the scalene triangle. Okay, number three, the equilateral triangle is by far the most common triangle used in architecture. Well, that's because it's the strongest of all the triangles. Number four, scalene triangles are not commonly found in architecture. There's no symmetry in these triangles, causing an uneven distribution of weight. See, there you go. That's why we don't use scalene triangles. And then lastly, mathematics has devoted an entire section to the study of the triangle called trigonometry. And I think that someone evil would trick maths into giving the triangle more speciality. What do you think about that? Dun, dun, dun!